Master of None season 3. They're switching gears. They said fuck Aziz.
No, he's like still writing and directing.
He's directing, but he'll probably be in it a little bit, but he's not the lead anymore. Have you ever seen a show do that?
Yeah.
On season 3 of the series is what I'm saying.
I mean, I think a lot of shows shift character, not a lot, but like shows shift characters.
Sure, but I can only think of one, and it's Homeland. But that was like a weird instance where the main character was in the first 2 seasons and then they killed him. And I still don't understand why.
Well, think about like it would only be like it was only a twist for non-book readers, but like Game of Thrones. A lot of people thought like, oh, Rob is like big time. Rob is a big character, and then Red Wedding gets fucking murdered. Spoiler alert for a show that's been over for a while now, but
canceled.
Yeah, we're done. But like he looked like a main character. He was getting like a hero. He looked like he was going to be a hero, a big player, and all this shit. Then like season 3, they're just like, nah.
Well, in the books, I'm assuming
he doesn't even get chapters.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, it's all the shit that he does is told. Why it wasn't a surprise for people who read the books, because it's all told through the mother, through Catelyn.
I see.
So all his shit is through her eyes. He doesn't get narrative chapters.
I mean, but that was like the beauty of the show. They make you care about it, and most of the people that are watching don't read the books.
But it was before like that was like the first not the first. Like obviously Ned was the first, but that was like one of the ones that was unexpected. They wwere like, oh, he died, and it's forwarding the plot. It's going big. Like, and then like that was like, oh, everyone can die. There is no like. And that's not true. Right. Eventually, it was like we're down to only the characters that have plot armor. Finally, but shit happens like that.
But I think
also she was introduced, wasn't she in the Thanksgiving episode?
I think she was in the first couple seasons.
Yeah,
but she was a minor character. I don't like minor, but like now this is. But I think, is it because of the whole? I mean, has Aziz been around since he got halfway canceled?
He did like a bit after, maybe a year after all that shit with him. He had a stand-up special.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's actually not that bad. And
does he make jokes about what happened?
He doesn't really make jokes about it. I mean, I think he does like a few light things, but like he does talk about it. Like I think like right off the top. Like I think if it's been a long time since I watched any of this, so
wasn't his cancellation like not accurate though? I remember reading an article and being like, what the fuck?
A lot of people were split on it.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Because I read the article from the girl who said it was, and it was more like just leave thing. Like she didn't want to hook up, and he was like, all right, leave. And she got pissed. But like, okay, that's an asshole thing to do, but it's not like...
That wasn't quite it. But it wasn't that far off of the sentiment. Like, Aziz didn't do anything like incredibly like...
That he didn't do anything that 90% of the guys that have probably done either on purpose or just not realized it.
Yeah.
Because
it wasn't like he didn't assault her basically.
No.
But he also it's easy to see
how he could misread what was happening.
Yeah. But it also doesn't clear the fact that it's like you read it and you're like, hey, it's kind of a dick move. But like so that's why it was like he was never like it happened around the same time as like just a little bit after the Louis C.K. shit too.
That was
so
the
it was
issue.
never like you compare the two and you're like, well,
it's
one of them is drastically.
I think that was the problem though. It came out at the same time, so everybody's like, look at this.
Yeah.
But I think the Aziz one is probably the best thing to come. Well, for me, I just thought a really good conversation came out of it because it made me kind of.
Yeah, you reconsider all the shit that you might have done and not thought about.
Yo, maybe I kind of did put somebody in a position like this. Not that I'm fucking the worst person in the world, but I can see...
Well, you're amongst them.
Right. Top 10 for sure. But I thought that brought up a really good conversation.
Yeah.
I mean...
The only thing I remember about it is reading the article and just thinking like, I didn't think he deserved... to be canceled. Like I didn't.
A lot of people
read
have that
it.
sentiment.
I read it and didn't think he did anything wrong.
No.
And I'm not even like It's not like I'm a huge fan of the guy. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like,
I think it's one of those things where he might have. They both.
your feelings are valid. So, however, if the girl felt like he did something wrong, it is what it is.
He didn't intentionally do anything bad. Is basically it. Even if he did do something that was incorrect, he didn't do it on purpose.
I agree.
Is what, especially because they spoke after that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that negates what she said, because there's plenty of instances where a girl will get raped and she'll still talk to the fucking guy afterwards, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I think that is like the big kicker with his, is that seemingly he did all the right shit post. It was like,
he disappeared.
Yeah.
He made one,
like, he talked to the person, and he like was like, he didn't sit there and like try to be like, no, I didn't. Like, he was just like,
and he kept the receipts, the text messages that he had a conversation. That was like the biggest problem, because it was one of those things where it's like, privately they had the conversation. She came to him with the problem, and he resolved and he apologized.
Yeah.
And then she still came out with it. I mean, this is not to blame her or whatever, but it was just one of those things where it's like, you guys had
Did you resolve it with him or not? Like, it's one thing if like you tried, and in a situation like with going back to the Louis C.K. shit, like there was rumors for a long time.
Yeah.
But like no one was willing to actually like touch it, because he was such a fucking name. Like, it could ruin people.
And was that around the time of the Harvey Weinstein stuff too? Like,
I think
it was about a year.
It was literally like that shit. No, the Louis C.K. stuff.
Yeah, a year after the Harvey.
No, I think it was right at the beginning.
Fresh.
I think.
Really.
I think really all that shit, like
it came out.
Louis C.K. and Harvey Weinstein are like very beginning Me Too stuff. So I think they're very close to each other. I think closer than a year.
Harvey Weinstein exploded Me Too. That was the big.
That was the big, because he forever.
Yeah.
But that was it. Like, you couldn't try and resolve it with him personally, like Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, understandably, it's like, yeah, you go public with that if they're going to like not do any of this shit.
I mean,
like,
and another,
you can't do it. You can't do it. But like, it's seemingly, I understand your point with Aziz, where it's like, it looks like you reached out and he was amicable and like tried, and then you still put him on blast. Like,
it is funny that he kept the text message. I mean, whatever. That doesn't really mean anything.
It's funny how like he can't star in the show.
Well, I think that's a choice he made.
Yeah, but do you think that? Well, that's kind of where I was going. Do you think it's a strategic move, in the sense of like, if he puts himself in the limelight again with season 3, is it like he's kind of asking to get taken down? Because it seems like that is a theme with everyone who gets Me Too'd, is like they'll win a big award, and then all of a sudden that's when everyone comes out like, yo, this dude's a fucking piece of shit.
Well, no. I mean, I think maybe after all, because like I said, he still did that special a little bit afterwards.
Right.
And he does talk about it, and he does, like, I don't think at this point there's like, everyone knows about it. And even when it came out, I think it was like 70-30. Like, the majority of people were like, it's like cringy, but it's not the word. It's not like something like, it's not Harvey Weinstein bullshit. Right. It's like, it's no.
That
word.
was the consensus.
Yeah.
Hold for Everything podcast.